set number 2 of our Dicta Diurna. We have 3 more. We'll start with the review of previous ones. So, in the beginning was the word. In principio erat verbum. Sweet and useful. Dulce et utile. Beware of dog. Cave canem. Alright, our first one for today, Imperium sine fine. Imperium you might recognize as being empire. We get this through French. Direct from Latin we have things like imperial. It is the empire or the right to rule, to give commands. And if you think about it, your empire is the territorial extent where you can give orders to people. And for verbs, when you give commands like come, go, look, this is called the imperative. Sine means without, and we get, again through French, the word sans, S-A-N-S, which is sort of a fancy way of saying without. You may remember from As You Like It, the Melancholy Jaques gives a talk about the 7 stages of man's life, and at the end we find ourselves sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Fine means the end. Something that is at the end is final. If you get to the end, you finish it. And fine is an end or a border or a limit. So we have 2 meanings here, and one is an empire without end. A group of lands that go on forever, from the Atlantic to Asia. And this is what Jupiter, if I'm remembering correctly, says that he has given to what will become the Roman people after Aeneas founds his settlement and blah blah blah, his descendant Romulus and so forth. But he's going to give them imperium sine fine. He's going to give them a huge stretch of land that they will rule over. But it's also the right to rule without any limitations. So you can do what you want. If you're Rome, you have an army, you have centurions, you can go in and order other people around. Of course, realpolitik might dictate that it's smarter for you to show clemency and lenience, but you don't have to if you don't want to, because you're Rome. So we've got empire without end, or rule without limit. Imperium sine fine. Alright, always faithful, a very well known one, this one. Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis. SPQR, usually I would give you the English and then ask you for the Latin. Here I'm going to give you the abbreviation, this one, and then ask you for the Latin in full. Very, very common one. You see it all over the place. The Romans anciently had it on their banners that they took out into battle, and it's important because it shows what you do, what kind of authority you have to do something. So you don't do something just for whatever. But if you go to Rome, you see it all over the place. The blue one there is for a sports club from the area of Latium, now known as Lazio. This is the police department there. They suppose they go around and get their inspiration from the milk of a lupa. And if you haven't seen Italian policemen's uniforms, you must. I don't think there's any other country that could get away with that sort of thing. Night watchman, perhaps, something like that. And if you see some dodgy-looking foreigners, give us a call. We'll go all Romulus on them. They try to jump over our walls. Drinking fountains, because why not? I don't know what this is, some storage shed or something. I don't know, maybe for electrical, what's it's behind. Just looks really cool. Even manhole covers. Yeah. Alright, so it stands for Senatus Populusque Romanus. Pretty clear, I should hope. Senatus is Senate, Romanus is Roman, and Populus is the people. It's singular. It's the people, the nation, the folk, that sort of thing. Romanus, the adjective, is doing double duty there, so it's the Roman Senate and the Roman people. Usually gets translated as the Senate and the people of Rome. Now what's the que doing there? The que is the same as an et. So we could say this as Senatus et Populus. But very common just to say Senatus Populusque. When you have two things that go together really closely, you can put the que there. It goes way back into European. We have it in English in some words, but it's kind of hidden, disguised. They're at the end of words, and you have it in ancient Greek and so forth. But the important thing for us here is Senatus Populusque Romanus. We'll remember that easily. All right, this gets copycatted from all over the place, and so you have one of the two capitals of the Netherlands. You see these signs, Senatus Populusque Amstelodamensis. Pretty cool. The Dutch up there, if you're wondering, says heroic, resolved, and compassionate. I suppose magnanimous, something like that. Also in the Netherlands, Senatus Populusque Boswaldus, the Senate and people of Boswald, which my Dutch is not very good, but I believe that means the Senate and the people of Forest, something like that. Right, to the south, Senatus Populusque Belgicus, Senatus Populusque Liverpudliensis, which is the Senate and the people of the Scousers, or Liverpool. My wife's hometown is The Hague, and if you look here where it says Gymnasium Aganum, the gymnasium here is not the gym that we think of, where you can get a hot meal and have a good time, but a high school. It depends on the country. In Germany, for example, also it means a high school. In Greece it means a junior high. And it's an ancient Greek word. It's a place where you go and exercise and get clean. And but while you're tending after the body, you talk about what we would now call academic subjects and philosophy. At any rate, so for this high school, if you get up there close, you see that what was it that decreed that this should be built for the edification of the youth, so forth. It was the Senatus Populusque Aganus, Senate and the people of The Hague. All right, and finally, if you go up to the north coast of Germany, up on the Baltic coast, beautiful little town called Lübeck. It made itself very wealthy many years ago in being what was called the Hanseatic League, which is a group of cities, a Hanseatic city called the Hansestadt, and they got very wealthy with trading, and they were there on the coast or nearby. Lübeck was one of them. They built this big gate for the town. I think mostly it's got to be mostly for looks, and it's a tourist thing now. I went there, and it's very cool. And if you go on the one side, you see where it says Concordia Domi Foris Pax, so harmony at home, peace abroad. Peace is good for trade, of course. Even made it onto some money. I suppose it's makes sense. Come around to the other side, and what do you see? Get up close, and of course, Senatus Populusque Lubecensis. I believe the dates. Someone asked me about the dates. I assume that the second one is when the area was unified, became part of the unified Germany under the Prussians, would be my guess. And Lübeck is also famous for its marzipan, which is delicious. And some of the people in my third period class said that they had never had it and didn't know what it was. It's an amazing substance. You basically just take almonds, you blanch them very fast, you grind them very smooth, and sweeten them, and that's about it. And something comes out of it that is more than just almond. You can also do it with pistachio, as you see there, but it's just it's amazing. So when they said that they had never had it, I thought that was a bit shocking, and I the next day brought them some Rittersport and some what's it called, Odense? At any rate, marzipan from Denmark, and everyone enjoyed it. It was delicious. It's so good. It's the taste of Christmas if you're a German kid, which I'm not, but whatever. Alright, quick review. Always faithful, semper fidelis. SPQR, Senatus Populusque Romanus. And that is a tattoo that shows dedication. Empire without end, or rule without limitation. Imperium sine fine. And well done.